Basketball is a sport that has inspired many people's lives to move forward and work hard in life. Though many people like it, a number of people don't like it. But about 90% of the reason people enjoy watching it so much is because of its players. We've seen players like Stephen Curry, Dennis Schroeder, and LeBron James. But what if I told you that there is one player who inspired all the pros today, and is probably the best basketball player of all time? Today, I will be sharing with you the story of a player who you probably guessed, the one and only Michael Jordan. But remember, keep in mind that there has been a debate going on, wondering if LeBron James is actually better. But that's where the opinion part comes in, and I'm only doing a documentary on Michael Jordan. But before we begin, I would also like to ask that you subscribe to the channel, as it is very small and still growing. Thank you very much. On February 17th, 1963, in Brooklyn, New York, Michael Jordan was born to James and Dolores Jordan, along with 4 other siblings. He and his family moved to Wilmington, North Carolina, when Michael was just a toddler. His mother taught him to sew, clean, and do laundry, and his father taught him to work hard in life and never give up. Jordan grew up very athletic and loved sports. However, he was not able to make his high school basketball team as a sophomore, but finally, after all the practice throughout the year, he made it in as a junior. Just before college, he received a scholarship to the University of North Carolina and accepted it. While he was there, he played under the one and only head coach Dean Smith. Jordan was also given the award Atlantic Coast Conference Rookie of the Year for 1982 in his first season, and the team won the ACC championship. As a sophomore and junior, Jordan led the team to victory, and his skills were already starting to improve. In his senior year of college, he was selected by the Chicago Bulls in the NBA as the 3rd pick of the 1984 draft. When Jordan was drafted by the Chicago Bulls, they were a losing team, with only around 6,000 fans at the home games. Jordan quickly turned that around, though. He became an amazing player with a spirit unlike any other player. This reminded people of the superstar player of the 70s, Julius Erving. Jordan's incredible leaping ability and hang time thrilled fans, and during his first season he was named to the All-Star team and was then honored as the NBA League Rookie of the Year. After all of this, Jordan had a broken foot and was benched for 64 games during the 1984-86 season. But on the first playoff game, he scored 49 points, and in the second playoff game, he scored 63 points, an NBA playoff record. Then, Michael became the first player to score 3,000 points in a single season. Later in 1988, he was known as the Defensive Player of the Year and was known as the most valuable player ever. After receiving more better players, the Bulls became a powerful team and won in both 1991 and 1992. Things went crazy from there. Jordan received more awards in 1993, but that summer, his father was murdered by 2 men trying to rob him. Michael grieved this with tremendous sadness, which led him to announce that he would be retiring from professional basketball in October. Jordan had won 3 straight NBA titles, 3 regular season MVP awards, 3 playoff MVP titles, 7 consecutive scoring titles, and in just 9 seasons, he had become the Chicago Bulls hero. With over a year of being filled with grief, Jordan knew that he couldn't be sad forever, and so he returned to sports. After playing baseball for a while, he regained his love for basketball, and finally returned to the Chicago Bulls. Although, people wondered if he could do it again. Could he be the hero he once was? He played well, but he obviously wasn't as good as he used to be. They lost to the Orlando Magic, ending it for the season. After practice for months and even more dedication than he ever had, the Bulls finished the regular season in 1995-96, winning games 72-10, an NBA record for most wins in a season. Jordan, with his shooting ability back, earned his 8th scoring title. He also became the 10th NBA player to score 25,000 career points. The Chicago Bulls won their 4th NBA championship, winning against the Seattle Supersonics in 6 games. The final game was unforgettable with bitter sadness. as it was 3 years after his father's death. Then the next 2 years, the Bulls won the championship again, but this time it was harder, with injuries on the team, and Jordan himself even had a stomach virus. Meanwhile, Jordan also helped other companies and made his own deodorant, which sold 1.5 million bottles in 2 months, and made Jordan a multi-millionaire. And in 1997, he was the world's highest paid athlete, with a $30 million contract. Finally, the legendary Michael Jordan retired officially, ending his career for playing in the NBA. However, his basketball legacy continued. In 2000, Jordan became the owner/president of the basketball operations of the Washington Wizards. This made him the third African American owner in the NBA, and he continued to work hard for the Wizards. That is until September 2001, when he was 38 years old. He said at a news conference, "Physically, I know I'm not 25 years old, but I feel like I can play the game of basketball on the highest level." The Wizards improved and were in a battle for the playoffs, mainly because of Jordan. Even more activity happened in Jordan's life. In January 2002, his wife, whom he married in 1989, filed for divorce, and the next month the divorce was called off. Jordan said he planned to play one more season for the Wizards, which ended in 2003. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the story of Michael Jordan. Originally, you may have known him from adults talking about him, and of course, one of the most popular Vines. Yeah, that one. You may have known him, but what a life he lived. I thank you all for watching this video, and of course, have a good one.